7 minutes past the deadline, but whatever. Who's here? Oh. This is this. Okay. This is the song right before the train chase. This is the chase, Rocky and Ken. He tried to kill me with a forklift, Ollie. Oh yeah, I know what we're referencing. Especially because I was watching it right before. Yep, that's from the episode. I figured. Admittedly, I did not finish it prior to starting this. I was in kind of a hurry. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. I was getting a totally unrelated photo from Le Twitter, or for Le Twitter. That's from the episode. The plot of the show can be described by its opening. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware. And there's something on my screen that is distracting. Son of a bitch. Son of a... God damn it. Okay, there we go. Got it wiped off. Okay. Anyway. Spider does not appear to be here yet. In fact, he doesn't even appear to be active right now. Go fucking figure. But welcome to Wonder After Dark, I guess. Yeah, typically I wait for both regulars to get here. but I'm just going to say it. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. So, get my hair out of... In a not too distant future, yep. Next Sunday, 80, yep. There's the... Wait. Why was I expecting just the normal theme song? Like, no, has to be modified to be making fun of me. Yep. Cruel joke ideas. That may or may not be a teaser. Whoops. Yep. Just another face in her mom's joke. Yo, yep. There's the MILF joke. I just farted. Oh, yeah, this is quite the shit. Okay, good job keeping up the... Oh, my God. Yeah, this is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 theme, but modified to make fun of a dumbass. Didn't like her. Who does like this? Nobody. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. We'll send her cheesy movie. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. The worst we can find. La la la. Yep. My apologies for not singing this lovely theme song. It's one of those rare nights where everybody is still awake, so I am not singing that. As much as I really want to. She'll have to sit and watch them all while they mess up with her mom. Good mother of God, I am just now realizing this entire show has basically become the hellish nightmare equivalent of Mystery Science Theater, and I never even knew it. This whole... Can't control when the movies begin or end. Yep. As I said, I am just now realizing this whole stupid show has basically become the nightmarish, hellish equivalent. Because she used those extra... Yep. Unfortunately, the friend roll call ain't working right now because only one is... 8 minutes in and I've already... 8 minutes in and I've already lost brain cells. Also, joke's on you, my audience. Copper is in the other room right now. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about 41-year-old virgin. How could I forget? I just farted again. How could I fucking and forget? Sonic and Shadow. Oh yeah, there they are right there. I just farted again. I don't even need to talk about the show at this point because I feel like the talking is already being done for me. And other... Jesus Christ. I am losing brain cells by the nanosecond. I'm just waiting for this to get out your system before I even finish my yap. Yep. For Wonder After Dark 3000, yep. Wonder After Dark, the only show that's basically Mystery Science Theater 3000. but with two major differences. We don't watch these things in real time, and I'm actually losing a grip and cannot relax. Anyway, this show aired on TV. Yep, it sure did. But enough of you just mildly phrasing it. Mystery Science Theater 3000, often abbreviated as MSTK or MST3K, although to simplify it even further, I'm just going to refer to it as Science 3000 because I just think that's a much simpler abbreviation. Anyway, Mystery Science Theater 3000, which for simplicity's sake I'm just going to refer to it, call it MST. Well, that, anyway, MST, we'll go with that. Mystery Science Theater 3000, or MST, is an American science fiction comedy film review television series, that's a combination of words, created by Joel Hodgson, who I know nothing about. And before I even continue reading, right before I started, every episode was 2 hours long. Yeah, where does that? Before I even Joel play Joel. Before I even continue reading, right before starting this broadcast, my dad told me not to stay up too damn late and to keep the window open. I decided to be a rebellious little cunt and shut the window and do a late night show. Fuck you, Dad. Anyway, the show premiered on KTMA TV. Yep, your dad can suck it. And I need to do a different kind of suck it. Anyway, the show premiered on KTMA TV, now known as WUCW, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, on November 28th, 1980, or November 24th, 1988. When you said, fuck you, Dad, you sounded 12. What don't I sound like? Okay, Spider will not be here tonight, playing games with my sisters. So, unfortunately, Spider won't be here tonight, playing games with his sisters. Spider L, yep. Which means when I tell you it's time to sign off for tonight, that actually he would have loved it, but oh well. Anyway. Which means when I say it's time to sign off for the night, that does actually mean it. Not trying to sound like an asshole, but you know how you are. Anyway. Guess he has to read. Anyway, fuck everyone. I know how I am, ooh, you're not funny. Anyway, the show premiered in Minneapolis, Minnesota on November 24th, 1988. I say while we have Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge playing in the background. It then moved to nationwide I'm a Piece of Poop. And I'm cum. I'm a fudge packer. Yep. It then moved, I'm a poop head. Nope, you're just a shithead. Outright. You're all shitheads at the end of the day. Anyway, you see, I can't curse. I have two sides. Overwhelming positivity and whimsy, and soul-crushing cynicism and nihilism. Tonight's episode is a healthy balance of the two. Anyway, mixed with comedic timing. Moving right along. After which, the show, I have two sides, left and right. Anyway, the show then moved, yep, sensitive femboy fox, there it is. Margaret Thatcher, yep. Anyway, the show then moved to nationwide broadcast, first on Comedy Central, aka the Comedy Channel, for 7 seasons until its cancellation in 1996. Thereafter, it was Simon fucking Cowell, yep. Thereafter, it was then picked up by the Sci-Fi Channel and aired for 3 more seasons until another cancellation in August 1999. A 60-episode syndication package titled the Mystery Science Theater Hour was produced in 1993 and broadcast on Comedy Central and syndicated to TV stations in 1995. Talk about how it had a season 0. I don't think that fast. Slow down. Anyway, and syndicated to TV stations in 1995. In 2015, Hodgson, I don't even know if I'm saying this guy's name correctly because I don't know jack shit about any of this, but that guy led a crowd-funded revival of the series with 14. The KTLA era was considered season 0. Funnily enough, that is not mentioned on the show's Wikipedia page, and I just farted again. But anyway, in 2015, Hodgson led a crowd-funded revival of the series with 14 episodes in its 11th season, first released on Netflix on April 14, 2017. With another 6-episode season following, I watched the Mac and Me episode of the revival. It was hysterical. I think anything connected to Mac and Me is hysterical by default, including Mac and Me. I wish I was the wheelchair kid. Anyway. A second season with another 6 episodes followed on November 22nd, 2018. And then a second, they took on some Asylum films, and that is the perfect fit. Anyway, a second successful crowdfunding effort in 2021 produced an additional 13 episodes, this time shown on the Gizmoplex, an online platform that Hodgson developed, which launched in March 2022. As of 2023, totally not Pacific yet. As of 2023, 230 episodes and a feature film have been produced, as well as 3 live tours. Wow. Atlantic Rim was rift. Yep. Fun fact, the only Asylum film I have seen is Sharknado. And Sharknado 2. And that's it. Anyway, the episodes are between 92 and 97 minutes, not counting commercial breaks. Sharknado is their only good. Actually, though. Anyway, the episodes have a runtime between 92 and 97 minutes, not counting commercial breaks, and are produced by various production companies. It's had various production companies over the years. I already read through the show's entire release history, so I am not reading that again. The show initially starred Hodgson as Joel Robinson, a janitor trapped by 2 mad scientists, referred to as the Mads, on the Earth-orbiting satellite of Love, and forced to watch a series of B-movies to monitor his reaction to them. To keep his sanity, Joel crafts sentient robot companions, including Tom Servo and Crow T. Robot and Gypsy, to keep him company and help him humorously comment on each movie as it plays, a process known as riffing. Wait, I know KTMA. I don't. Anyway. Each 2-hour episode would feature a single movie, often edited for time constraints, sometimes preceded by various old shorts and educational films, with Joel, Tom, and Crow watching in silhouette from a row of theater seats at the bottom of the screen. These theater segments were framed with interstitial sketches called host segments. The show's cast changed over its duration. Most notably, the character of Joel was replaced by Mike Nelson, played by Michael J. Nelson, halfway through the show's 5th season. and there were plenty of other cast members, most of whom were also writers for the show, including Trace Bolino, or Boli, I don't know, Josh Weinstein, Jim Mallon, Kevin Murphy, Frank Conniff, Mary Jo Pale, Bill Corbett, Paul Chaplin, and Bridget Jones Nelson, none of whom I recognize. Internet Archive is still down. That's really unfortunate. I hope it's back up soon and the data is recovered. Anyway, physical may be better than digital, but all my homies love Internet Archive. Anyway, the 2017 revival featured a primarily new cast, including Jonah Ray, who plays the new human test subject, Jonah Heston, along with Felicia Day and Patton Oswalt as the Mads. Hey look, a name I finally recognize, Patton Oswalt. And Baron Vaughn, Hampton Yount, and Rebecca Hansen voicing Tom Servo, Crow T. Robot, and Gypsy, respectively. Season 13 brought back this cast while integrating Emily Connor, played by Emily Marsh, and others from the live tours. MST's original run did not garner high viewership numbers. However, the show's popularity spread through online word of mouth by its fans, known as, good God, MSTs, or Misty, oh my God. Yep, I think I found the stupidest way to refer to a fan of something. Anyway, who remind others to keep calculating, let me try again. Who remind others to keep circulating the tapes. Yep, Misties. We're not allowing Geo brain rot. So you, before you think, oh, Misty from Pokemon, shut up. No, I'm not mad, per se. I'm not regressing back to incel. I'm just in one of those, where I feel like a fucking monster. Moving on. Frequent repeats, syndication, and home video offerings produced by Rhino Entertainment. Oh yeah, those two. I thought that was the start of another sentence, but yeah. Currently, this popularity continues through Shout Factory, our beloved. Keep circulating the tapes refers to keeping media preserved so it doesn't get lost. You know what's really bad? That did not just... You know what's really bad? That only just now occurred to me. Whoops. I am small cranium. Well, anyway, the popularity continues through Shout Factory, who, along with Hodgson, I still don't know if I'm even saying his name correctly, now own the rights to the show and supported the Revival series. MST was listed as one of Time Magazine's 100 best TV shows of all time in 2007, and TV Guide noted it as one of the top cult television shows. It won a Peabody Award in 1993 and was nominated for 2 Emmys in 94 and 95, and for the Cable Ace Award from 92 to 97. The show was considered highly influential, contributing towards the practice of social television, and former cast members launched similar projects based on the riffing of films, including The Film Crew, Riff Tracks, and Cinematic Titanic. MST also brought light to several other older movies that had fallen into obscurity or had received little to no public attention when originally released. Many of these films were subsequently identified as among the worst movies ever made, most notably Manos, The Hands of Fate, which I haven't seen. Anyway. Okay, yeah, I already read the premise, so we're not going to read the premise again. But anyway, the general format of an MST episode has remained the same. Oh, we'll send him cheesy movies. The worst he can find. Yep, there's the theme song again. Anyway, the general format of an MST episode has remained the same throughout the series' entire run. Episodes are approximately 90 minutes in running time, not counting commercial breaks, and begin with a short introductory segment in which the human host and the bots interact with the Mads before being sent the movie. Watching an entire movie, yep. During Joel Hodgson and Jonah Ray's tenures as hosts, and for a brief period during the start of the Mike Nelson era, the hosts and the Mads engage in an invention exchange in which they show off their latest inventions. Sirens and flashing lights, or movie sign. The show's effects are meant to be bad on purpose. Yeah, I kind of figured that much. Anyway, known as a movie sign, then signal the characters to enter the theater. In the theater, the human host and the bots sit in a row of theater seats, shown in silhouette along the bottom of the screen, and approach Hodgson called Shadowrama. Shadowrama. I'm not fucking funny and I never will be. Anyway. The three of them then riff on the film, which is sometimes accompanied by one or more shorts, as it plays for both them and the audience. Occasionally, the silhouette format is used as a source of humor, as a means of creating unobtrusive censor bars for scenes containing nudity. Hot. Anyway, the show then transitions into and out of the theater via a door sequence, a series of 6 doors that open and close as the camera, presumably Cambot, passes through them. At regular intervals throughout the episode, the characters leave the theater and perform sketches, usually inspired by... I would put silhouettes over this show and riff on... You would. Anyway. Usually... Okay. The characters leave the theater and perform sketches, usually inspired by the events of the film or the short being shown, frequently making use of original songs and prop comedy. Some sketches bring in new or recurring characters or other devices. I cannot read. You're not allowed to fart ever again. Fuck you. Some sketches bring in new or recurring characters or other devices. The host would consult an external camera, rocket number 9, to show events happening outside the satellite. Put a plug in there, shut. To show events happening outside the satellite, and the hex field view screen would be used to communicate with other characters from the ship's bridge. At the end of each sketch, movie sign, a reference to the concept of worm sign from the classic sci-fi novel Dune, is triggered again, and the characters must re-enter the theater. During Hodgson's period on the show, the final sketch aboard the satellite often included reading of fan mail from the MST Info Club. Fan mail readings then decreased during Mike Nelson's tenure and were dropped entirely once the show moved to the Sci-Fi Channel. The final sketch of an episode typically ends with the Mads, with the lead Mad asking their lackey to push the button to end the transmission, transitioning to the credits sequence. Have you ever been beat up? No. Physically, anyway. Mentally, yes. Can you tell I've been mentally beat up? Can you tell? Also, I have. Damn. This is quite the episode of Wonder After Dark, I must say. In that it's a little more organized than usual, but I've been beat up. Damn. This is quite the episode of Wonder After Dark. Beat me up, senpai. Okay. That's all the camera abuse you get for tonight. I don't want to completely fuck up the camera. Hot, yep. Anyway. Transitioning to the end credits. After the credits, a humorous short clip from the feature film or accompanying short is replayed as a stinger to end the episode. Now I'm gay, sure. In November 1993, a limited selection of episodes were repackaged into an hour-long show titled the Mystery Science Theater Hour, meant to be better suited for off-network syndication. I want to be gay. You are now gay. In these, the original episode was split into 2 parts, each 45 minutes long, excluding commercials. New skits opening and ending each episode included Mike Nelson portraying television host Jack Perkins in a parody of Perkins' biography series in mock flattery of the MST episode being shown. I want to say the N-word, yep. Okay, I am not reading the rest of this, but yeah, the rest of this is just a complete fucking novel. Okay, I'm not reading all the adaptations. It's a novel, but we'll read this part. In 1996, Universal Pictures, under the Gramercy Pictures label, released Mystery Science Theater 3000 The Movie, a film adaptation in which Mike and the Bots riffed the island Earth. The film was released on DVD in the US by Image Entertainment, and then Universal re-released the DVD on May 6, 2008. And then I don't think there was ever a Blu-ray release of that. To summarize, Mystery Theater, let me try it again. To summarize, Mystery Science Theater is great. Watch it now, you asshole. Shut the fuck up and you'll know if I was watching it or not, even though I was watching it earlier, so who's the asshole now? Anyway. But, okay, reception and legacy. Okay, we'll start here. I'm not talking about you. Never mind. I retract what I just said. Although, in fairness, you saying that does not... I'm telling you to tell the audience to watch it. Well, yeah, to the imaginary audience, go watch it, you asshole. Although that doesn't really work without an audience, now does it? And we're not doing a redo of this tomorrow night. Anyway, the reactions of those parodied by MST have been mixed. Some notable negative reactions include that of Sandy Frank. We are doing a redo. No, we're not to do. No, we are not. I am not doing the same exact thing back to back 2 nights in a row. Unless it's like a franchise with different installments. But I'm not talking the same show twice in a row. Just because one regular was missing. Can I have their no? Yep. Anyway. Notable negative reactions include that of Sandy Frank, who held the rights to several Gamera films parodied on the show. He said he was intensely displeased by the mockery directed at him. The crew once sang the Sandy Frank song, which said that Frank was the source of all our pain, that thinks that people come from trees. Steven Spielberg won't return his calls and implied that he was too lazy to make his own films because of this. Frank reportedly refused to allow the shows to be rebroadcast once their rights ran out. Oh, boo-hoo, they're jokes. Exactly. Mean-spirited jokes, but still jokes. So the next time I make a very mean-spirited joke on this show, just so you know that I've been through a lot. That and they're just jokes, albeit mean-spirited jokes, but still jokes. Just so you know. Anyway. However, This may in fact be a rumor, as other rumors indicate that the Gamera Films distribution right prices were increased beyond what Best Brains could afford as a result of the show's success. According to Shout Factory, the Japanese movie studio Kadokawa Pictures were so horrified with MST's treatment of 5 Gamera films that they refused to let Shout release those episodes on DVD. If I push you down the stairs, don't get mad, it's just a prank. Brian Ward, one of the members of Shout Factory, explained to fans on the official Shout Factory website that they tried their best to convince them. Do you drink out of that? No, I do not. No, I do not. It's purely a neat little prop. Anyway, Brian Ward of Shout Factory explained to fans on the Shout Factory website that they tried their best to convince them, but the Japanese take the Gamera films very seriously and do not appreciate them being mocked. Can you drink out of it? I guess. Anyway, however, eventually, Shout was able to clear the episodes for a 2011 release due to the rights in North America shifting away from the Japanese to another North American entity that had no such qualms. The Japanese can suck it. For legal reasons, we need to clarify that's a joke. Kevin Murphy has said that Joe Don Baker wanted to beat up the writers of the show for the relentless riffing Baker received during Mitchell. Murphy later stated that Baker probably meant it in a joking manner, although Mike Nelson has said that he deliberately avoided encountering Baker while the two happened to be staying at the same hotel. Weird how every DVD has a single episode of it, with the bonus feature being the full movie by itself. I mean, Baker sounds like a nut job, yep. What? Nut job? Well, I mean, look how long these episodes are. You really think you could do like a big multi-disc set without it being ass expensive? I'm just saying. Twoo. Yes, twoo. Fuck everyone. Anyway. Director Rick Sloan, I think that's how you say that, was shocked at his treatment at the conclusion of Hobgoblins, in which Sloan himself was mercilessly mocked over the film's end credits. In a 2008 interview, however, Sloan clarified his comments, saying that, "I laughed throughout that entire episode until the very end. I wasn't expecting the humor to suddenly be at my own expense. I was mortified when they dragged out the cardboard cutout and pretended to do an interview with me. I was caught off guard. I had never seen them rip apart any other director before on the show." However, he credits the success of the episode with inspiring him to make a sequel to Hobgoblins. So I guess it had a good ending. I mean, yes, he got whiny and bitchy over jokes, but at least it had a good ending. It inspired him to do a sequel. Little brown bear crying. Anyway. And then other reactions have been more positive. Robert Fiveson, and I am not even going to... Have you seen Little Brown Bear? No, I have not. Anyway, producers of Parts the Clonus Horror, or Clone It, whatever, said they were flattered to see the film appear on the show. Actor Miles O'Keefe, the star of the film Cave Dwellers, called Best Brains and personally requested a copy of the MST treatment of the film, saying he enjoyed their skewering of what he had considered to be a surreal experience. According to Hodgson, O'Keefe said his friends always heckled his performance in the film when it was on, and he appreciated the MST treatment. What does it say? He's somehow worse than Caillou. But I wouldn't know that, never seen it. I wonder how the fugitive alien people thought about it. I guess I'll find out. Anyway, in the form of an essay and E. E. Cummings-esque poem, Mike Nelson paid tribute to O'Keeffe with a humorous mix of adulation and fear. Rex Reason, star of This Island Earth, made appearances at several MST events and credits MST with, fucking hell, that doesn't even sound like a word anymore, with introducing the film to a new generation. Oh, shit. The crew of Time Chasers held a party the night the MST treatment of their film had aired, and while the reactions were mixed, director David Giancola, that name, said most of us were fans and knew what to expect, and we roared with laughter and drank away too much. I had a blast, never laughed so hard in my life. Actor Adam West, star of the 1960s Batman TV series, co-starred in Zombie Nightmare, another film MST mocked. West apparently held no grudges as he hosted the 1994 Turkey Day Marathon, in which the episode featuring Zombie Nightmare had its broadcast premiere. Mamie Van Doren, who appeared in episode 112, Untamed Youth, and episode 601, Girls Town. Robert Vaughn, star of 315 Teenage Caveman, which he called the worst movie ever made. And Beverly Garland, who appeared in many Roger Corman films, also hosted the marathon. Oh my god. I need this to be over soon. Oh my god. Am I really? I am not no, I am not reading the rest of this. This is an absolute novel. Oh yeah, this is you're gay. Oh, hello. Hello. I didn't see you here. I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. Holy shit. I like exploring. I'm Caillou. You're gay. Hey Spider. Welcome. You're 42 minutes late. We were just talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000. No, I am not repeating anything that I just said. Anything. So many things to do each day is something new. Good shit, yep. But no, I am not repeating myself. Not trying to sound rude, but I'm not repeating myself. I'll share them with you. I'm Caillou, yep. But Mystery Science Theater 3000. I had seen, I guess I should add to that, over the years, I had seen brief little clips over the years. I'd seen clips, but I had never seen an entire episode start to finish of Mystery Science Theater. I mean, granted, I'd seen a few clips, probably enough to get an idea of the show, but I love how we're just quoting the Caillou theme song. And I had not seen Caillou since the Bush administration and Pikachu. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, to read Pikachu, yeah. Let's throw him in the gas chamber. Anyway. Misty, shut up. Anyway. Okay, but yeah, Mystery, no, now you have to shut up. Misty, well, yeah, Misty is cute. But in regards to Dawn, you can shut up now. Well, Cure works too, yeah. Ico, however you whatever. Anyway, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about for the last 44 minutes. I'd marry Misty. She's a child. She's 16. Can you stop gatekeeping, I don't think you're using the word gatekeeping correctly, but noted. Anyway, because I don't think that would be gatekeeping. I think that would be blacklisting. That's not sarcasm. I'm pretty sure that would be. I'm trying to point out a minor mistake, and I'm not doing so to be sarcastic. Then don't whatever. It doesn't matter how old I am. Come on, it's not like it. Not touching that. Not touching that. Anyway. Yeah, no comment. Anyway. Okay, to recap, Mystery Science Theater 3000 is a show in which three funny little characters, the old Pokemon meme from 2020. Yep. Take a seat over there. Yep, but let's keep Pokemon out of the equation. No, I'm not blacklisting. This just isn't a Pokemon episode. So let's keep Pokemon out of the equation for the rest of this episode. Again, I'm not blacklisting. This just isn't about Pokemon. Anyway, but to recap, Lopunny is cute. Well, I can't argue, but stop. Anyway. Mystery Science Theater 3000. To recap is a funny little show in which three funny little characters review bad little cheesy movies. Ash Ketchum has a nice hat. Okay, please stop with the Pokemon talk right fucking now, but yeah. Mystery Science Theater 3000. November 12th will be a Pokemon episode. Unfortunately, I'll still do it. I'll still do it on November 12th, but, you know, he better open his yap right now and tell me what's up, or else. But anyway. You know. Anyway, but Pokemon. Still being petty about it. Postman Pat, rizzed up the cat. Yep. Moving on, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Grow up, yep. I'm going to move on now. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Okay. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Funny little show in which three funny little characters review bad, cheesy movies. Okay. What I was saying. Over the years, I had seen, you know, clips here and there, but I had never seen, like, enough of the show to really, like, say that I've seen it. Again, I'd seen clips here and there, but not enough to say, like, yeah, this is a good show, or this is a bad show, or this ain't worth my time. I rate it 10 out of 10, though I'll admit it's hard for me to watch an episode from start to finish. We should have an Ed Wood special. Yeah, okay, if I know where to watch Ed Wood. Not me being petty, just this whole show relies on availability, just so you people know. Okay, I rate it 10 out of 10, though I'll admit it's hard for me to watch an episode from start to finish. You better react to Sylv's comment. Jesse, for real, grow up. And I did react to it by saying that I was moving on to avoid making things worse. Not that one. I have an Ash hat in my room. That's nice. My God. Anyway. But yeah. Today, I was sent an episode of Mystery Science Theater to react to. Specifically, episode 310, Fugitive Alien. Admittedly, I did not finish it prior to starting this episode. I got 40 minutes in. The one with the forklift song, Dick, whatever. I got 40 minutes in before I had to start this episode, but hey, 40 out of an hour isn't so bad. But anyway, whatever. But Mystery Science Theater. I can now say I've seen at least most of an episode. What do I think of the show now that I've seen enough of it? Well, I'll let you guess my reaction before I say my reaction. I'm not going to fault you. Good. You fault me enough on this show. That's aimed at both of you. You both fault me enough. Anyway, did I think it was A, where has it been all my life? We need an MGS special. Yeah, okay, if I ever get another PlayStation system that isn't the 3, and if I ever bring myself to finish an MGS. But anyway, did I think it was A, holy shit, where's this been all my life? B, well, that was pretty good, but not something I'm going to find myself watching again and again and again. Metal Gear games are on PS3, but I wouldn't know that. I don't know shit about Metal Gear. Or C, Again, was it A, B, or C? And PSP, yeah. Anyway, A, where has this been all my life? B, that was pretty good, but not going to watch it again and again. Or C, There's Metal Gear on PS2 and PS1. I don't have a PS1. It began on NES. That sounds wrong. Now, please acknowledge me, you dumb fucks. It was A and B. Oh, so I see we're going for 2 answers back to back. You're correct, actually. The OG Metal Gear and then Metal Gear Solid Snake. Yep. But yeah, you would be correct. The answer would actually be somewhere right in between A and B. A, in terms of the humor. The humor, while admittedly a little dry for my liking, even though I do like dry humor, but the humor, while admittedly a little dry, is legitimately really funny. And very, yeah, well, not really British humor, but yeah, Metal Gear Solid on Virtual Boy when I fucking die, which may be sooner than later. Finals week or my final week, stay tuned. But Metal Gear, or not Metal Gear, fuck you, but yeah, the humor, I should make a Virtual Boy game. And I should overdose, but yes, you should. The fact that you said yes, you should after I said I should overdose. I said it to oh, I know, but the timing. I'm not that cruel usually. Usually. The DMs would say otherwise. Anyway, but yeah, the humor. God, read me, okay. Ha! I should make a Virtual Boy game. Read me, dagnammit. There, I did. I'm the guy who said I laughed when my uncle said he had cancer. I bet y'all two would laugh if I had cancer. You just know that you would fucking laugh if I had cancer. Because I don't hate you. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Because I don't hate you. Well, thank you, but I just know you'll revert back later. But anyway. But wonder... Oh, God. My brain is on fire, but... Oh, no! Anyway, the Dacia Sandero is delayed. Oh, no! Anyway, last week... Anyway, okay. But... yeah, the humor, while a little dry for my liking, is legitimately really funny. Yeah. Even if, admittedly, I did find myself how I feel about every new Mr. Beast accusation. Anyway. Last night, Anyway. Okay, but... yeah. But, yeah. Even if I did... From Spider-Man, yep. But, admittedly, I did find myself tuning out a little, or zoning out a little bit. Oh, it was a funny show. It was a funny episode. But admittedly, I did find myself zoning out a little bit. He humiliated me. Yep. Anyway, but, you're forgetting about the spiritual successor of MST. I'm not backtracking. Not only do I not like to repeat myself, but I don't like to backtrack either. Riff Tracks. I already mentioned it. Bring that up. When I read about the wiki page, Riff Tracks was mentioned multiple times. Talk about, oh my God. Okay. Oh yeah, what does this say? We need a Stephen King special. That would only be the two of us. Maybe the one of us. Anyway, I'm not reading the entire Wikipedia page, I'm just going to read the top. RiffTrax is an American company that produces scripted, humorous commentary tracks, which are synced to feature films, educational shorts, mostly public domain, and television episodes. With the talents of former MST cast members and writers, RiffTrax also produces several live shows each year which are broadcast to movie theaters. The style of commentating originated from Mystery Science Theater 3000, their earlier television series, in which they would similarly mock or riff films aloud while watching them. As of September 2024, RiffTrax has riffed 554 feature films, 488 short films, and only 16 TV episodes. But we'll save RiffTrax for another day. And what does this say? I've only seen the RiffTrax, or I've only seen the Root. Fucking hell. I've only seen the Rooms RiffTrax and Star Wars Holiday Special RiffTrax. The only two that matter. We need to talk about Carrie, Christine, It miniseries, Pet Sematary, Tommy Knockers, The Dark Tower, Maximum Overdrive, It 2017, and many, many more. Hate to disappoint, but I don't think fucking Sil would be interested in any of those. I don't know, What? I'm losing it. Before you ask, I wouldn't. Sawi, yeah. Although we'll still have to do that in the future. Although, let me add a film to the list. 1408. And The Mist. Can't forget those two. We can never find one we all want. Closest we came to that was Dude, Where's My Car? That's the closest we've ever gotten, was Dude, Where's My Car? The actual closest, Pikachu. I'm not grabbing Pikachu again, but there he is. But yeah, Dude, Where's My Car is like the alright, I'm a head out. You know, I have nothing against this be... Bye-bye, yep. Bye-bye. If you want to come by tomorrow, do so. I don't fucking care anymore. Otherwise, have a day. Good night. Jesse Poop, shut. You know, I have nothing against this being... Oh, and I need to go ahead and clarify. Pretend that I'm writing on your screen. This is not a complaint or an unnecessary vent or me being petty. Oh, teeth now. Okay. Mother has texted, teeth now. We'll be right back after a commercial break. One second. What does it say? Honestly, you always proceed to complain anyway, even after you say not event. Anyway, we'll be right back after a brief commercial break.
Coming to stores soon, the 9/11 playset. Learn to mastermind your very own mission of terror and enjoy it again and again. Yours to own soon. The 9/11 playset, just $29.99. It's too big to miss.
You always proceed to complain anyway, even after you say not event complaint. I've given up on pointing that out. Anyway, we'll be right back after a brief commercial break. And after I pause this. 9/11 playset, too big to miss. We'll be right back to the show on Nick. Now back to the show. On Nick, let's see if I missed anything. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, sorry for the holdup. I was brushing my teeth. But yeah, I guess going back on top poo. Yeah. $15 minutes. Yeah, contrary to popular belief, I'm kind of slow. I don't do things instantaneously, and no, that is not a joke about ADHD. Do not interpret it as such. It can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Classic me jumping to assumptions by complete fucking accident. God, I make myself look awful. You're not fucking funny. You're not funny. You're not funny. You're not funny. You're never funny. You'll never be funny. We're all awful together. God, you do you. Fuckface. Okay. I'm funny looking. Whatever. Read. Whatever. Okay. We're all awful together. Oh, shush. I'm funny looking. Whatever. Stop being so grumpy. I'll address that momentarily. I will address that. Whatever done. Okay. Okay, now genuinely, you're not. Do not interpret this as me defending shit behavior. This is me making a joke. A joke that is actually funny. Don't jump to assumptions. But if you ever think I'm bad, just remember, when you ever meet her, my sister is a lot worse. I'm being completely serious, but also joking. Serious in that her behavior actually is worse than mine. Joking in the sense that I'm not wrong. Stupid sis, yep. But either way, you should not be pinning all the blame on me. Okay, anyway. But yeah, now that I've seen an episode of Mystery Science Theater, or MST, or whatever the hell, I liked it. I mean, I like stupid shit. Of course I was gonna like something stupid. Is it something that we are responsible for our actions? For our own actions, yep. I'm aware. Anyway, but of course I was gonna like something stupid. It's kind of a given. Is it gonna be a show that I'm gonna want to watch, again and again and again? Probably not, honestly. I mean, is he stupid? Yes, anyway. I mean, is it going to be something that I'm going to want to watch again and again and again? Yeah, it's a once-in-a-while show. Like, I have nothing better to do for the next 2 hours. I'm going to turn this on. That kind of show. It's not like a watch it over and over. It's not even a binge watch. It's a once in a while. So yeah. A lot of TV shows I'd say fall under once in a while. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but a lot do fall under that cat. Talk briefly about the Fugitive Alien movie to justify the title of this vid. Okay, well, thank you for at least allowing me to talk about it briefly rather than dedicating another 2 hours. Okay, so, yeah, the episode I watched, or the episode I was suggested, recommended, whatever you want to call it, submitted even, was about the film Fugitive Alien, which, I'm going to be brutally honest, without the commentary, God, I would have been bored as shit. Mind you, I didn't even finish this episode prior to starting this stream, but I don't think I would have made it 40 minutes in if it was just Fugitive Alien by itself. Like, if instead of the episode about the movie, if instead I was just sent Fugitive Alien to watch, I think I would have turned it off after like 10 minutes, because like without the riffing, it was actually an American adaptation of a Japanese series called Star Wolf, originally produced in 1978, go figure. The American adaptation was released in films. Why do you know that? But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the commentary just saved it from being just a complete fucking bore. Like, it was just boring as shit. God. It's an obvious Star Wars ripoff. The music is good. Well, yeah, the music is good. So that's, a positive, at least. Just gonna let that play for 2 more minutes. But yeah, positive at least. Especially the one where they turned into, they tried to kill me with a forklift. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, without, I guess if you want my thoughts on Fugitive Alien alongside the riffing saved it from being a total bore. But otherwise, like, Fugitive Alien wasn't even the fun kind of bad. It was just bland. It was just boring. Just so damn boring. And that's all I can say about it. It's a cheesy movie. Well, yeah, it is a cheesy movie, so go figure. But yeah. Stupid cheesy, yep. But yeah, I guess now we know what show I'll be tuning into once in a while. Or maybe once a century. I don't know yet. Alright, I got a bit more time to kill before SNL comes on. So, trying to think of what I can do to pad out the runtime. Even though really this was only, they did an episode on Santa Claus Conquers the Mark. Oh, good golly. That is just a combination of words. Oh, that is just a combination of words. You know the movie. Heard of it, never seen it. Heard of it, never seen it. The movie is so bad it's good. I'll take your word for it. I will take your word for it. The public domain too, so you can show footage, yep. Even though almost never on this show do I actually have a reason to show footage. Well, anyway, here's your funny image before I start rambling again. Disney out here letting Oogie Boogie roam around with his Oogie Boogussy on display. And in case you want a close-up look at the Oogie Boogussy, here's your Oogie Boogussy. And here's proof that it's Oogie Boogies and not actual Boogussy. Oogie Boogussy. It's funnier than anything I could ever say. funny image. Alright, but I got a little bit more time. Wowie zowie, yep. Alright, I got a little bit more time to kill before SNL comes on. So, who wants to hear me ramble about the future of Wonder After Dark before I sign off for tonight? Show the funny image I'm in. Disney out here letting Oogie Boogie roam around with his Oogie Boogussy on display. I repeat, Disney out here letting Oogie Boogie roam around with his Oogie Boogussy on display. Pussy jokes are funny. Okay. Hot indeed. Even though I am, honest to God, so just desensitized to sexual content, despite what my reactions might imply. Well, anyway, who wants to hear me ramble about the future of Wonder After Dark? Because I don't know what else is going to be the same thing. I can't tell if you're saying that as a goofy, silly joke, or if you're just gayer. Okay. I should have figured that was going to be a goofy, silly joke. It was either a goofy, silly joke or genuine criticism and tired of me saying the same shit over and over. I could never tell at this point. But anyway, I'm still going to give a little show update. Goofy, serious joke, yep. Okay. Anyway, it's time for the Wonder After Dark, where's this show heading in the future minute. Except it's not a literal minute, but it's not 2 hours either. Okay, so, after the 100th episode went really well, I've decided that every 50 to 100 episodes is going to be a milestone episode. Assuming we even make it that far. Not trying to sound negative, I'm just being honest. Don't know if it'll... With a hint of, Uncle Ben, what happened? Wonder After Dark, where this show's headed in the future minute. Yep, anyway. Okay, but basically, I've decided every 50 to 100 episodes, every 50 to 100, assuming we even make it that far, is going to be a milestone episode. 151 should be the original Pokemon series. Yep. Yep. Just yep. Anyway. But 150, but yeah. So 150, 100, or 150, episode 200, 250, so on and so forth. Yeah. As for future episodes, well, I put up a poll the other night for a future mini-series. When I say mini-series, I mean similar to Star Wars, where we cover a good chunk of something either back-to-back or periodically. Ultimately, on the poll at least, the home video Sonic 3D Blast 7. Sure. And I'm 3D Blast on the floor. I'm 3D Blast on the floor. Okay, but... because my Marvel miniseries... You should be descriptive, because there's Marvel everything. So that wouldn't even be a mini-series, that'd just be a whole other web show altogether. But anyway. But... ultimately, on the poll, the Home Video Chronicles won out. So, MCU. Okay. So I guess in the future, possibly this coming week, we'll cover different home video related topics. Don't we fucking always? But we're not going to be covering like what is it? The net. To avoid having an outburst, I had to stop myself. To avoid having an outburst, because I really do not like repeating myself, last night I put up a poll for the next Wonder After Dark mini series, because I considered the Star Wars one to be a mini series. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, back to back. Don't get mad because I legitimately have trouble paying attention. Okay, I apologize. Anyway, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I know I say sorry a lot, but sorry about that. It's fine, I guess. I mean, I guess is still better than go to hell. Anyway, that's not me being sarcastic when I say that. Just, I guess is still better than you should go to hell. But anyway. Okay, but you're not funny. Okay, but anyway, ultimately, the Home Video Chronicles won the mini-series poll. So the next Wonder After Dark mini-series is going to be the Home Video Chronicles. And I'm going to structure it just like how we did the original and prequel trilogies for Star Wars. So 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Unlike Star Wars, though, I'm not going to go in order. I'm not going to start with, like, fuck Star Wars. Fuck you. That's a joke, not serious. When I say fuck you, it's a joke. Unless, of course, you actually did. Also, it's 11. And SNL does not come on until 11:30. So we got a little bit. We have a little bit. Just a little. Anyway. Just clarifying. Anyway. But unlike Star Wars, where we covered the films in release order, hey all. Sylve here. Shut. Anyway, funny but shut. Genuinely funny, I'll allow it, but still shut. Anyway. But anyway. But unlike Star Wars, where we covered the films in release order, Home Video Chronicles, the Wonder After Dark miniseries, won't be in any real particular order. We're just going to cover some of the more interesting formats or interesting comparisons, or just some of the more interesting stuff in no real particular order. I'm afraid of the dark. Can you sleep with me tonight? I was going to give a jokey, in-character answer to that, but I'm going to be completely real with you. While I am not scared, maybe interesting releases of films in general. Maybe. In fact, we did cover UMD video. I think Game Boy Advance video was the next logical step. Anyway, but what I was saying, I was going to give a jokey, in-character, funny answer to I'm afraid of the dark, can you sleep with me tonight? But I'm going to give a serious answer to that. While I am not afraid of the dark, given how much I have been through between May to now, I fucking need somebody to sleep with every night, and I don't mean copper, and I don't mean that stupid fucking pregnancy pillow. I mean I need someone. And no, that is not me being petty, that is not me complaining. I'm just at that point. I can never tell when you are out of character. Yes, I am aware that it is hard to tell, especially because on this show, I don't really portray a character. I know that I refer to you and Spider by your usernames rather than your real names, but I don't consider this to be an in-character show. I don't, play like a fictional anything. Because why would I? This is a movie review show. And a talk show. But basically, an easy way to tell when I'm not, I guess, in the moment is when I kind of drop the whole, goofy persona and actually start to go a little mental. So, example. You and Spider have a heated debate. I then drop the persona and get a little snappy. Boring, whatever. But yeah, if you need a way to tell when I'm not really in the persona, I guess, there you go. There's how you can tell. Another easy way to tell is if I've had a shit day leading up. When I'm Clover, I never break character, I can tell. It's getting to the point now where fuck, I would even take Clover in my bed. I am so loony that I would even take her. Fictional character, not real, but I'm serious. You can either find that delightful or uncomfortable. Pick your poison. Anyway, okay, but Clover might take up that offer, yep, but too bad she's not real if you pay her, yep. And we're not playing the roleplay card. No, we're just going to take roleplay out of the equation. Too bad she's not real. Anyway. Okay, back to what I was... Clover roleplay. Okay, let's move on from Clover, please. Anyway, I have nothing against Clover, to clarify, just let's move on before we spend too much time on that. Let's see, another... Excuse me. I want to get someone who can do a voice for her. That would be cool. Anyway. Okay, but in terms of future... But yeah, the Home Video Chronicles will be the next Wonder After Dark mini-series. Stay tuned for that. I was thinking about getting my one sister. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Next on future live streams, there's quite a few to throw people off in voice calls. That would be fucking funny, and if you ever do it, please send videos of it. I just think that would be funny. But anyway, moving right along. To make it look like she's actually... Again, that would be hilarious, and if you ever do that, please send videos. Anyway. No, because I'm not showing you my server. Okay. Well, then I guess you can send audio, but replace the visual part with something else. I guess that's a workaround. You can, like, have the audio of people's reactions, but show, like, something else on screen. Anyway. I don't fucking know or care anymore, but anyway. Another thing in regards to future live streams, there's quite a few different topics. You're fucking. Yes, I am fucking. Anyway. But there's quite a few other topics I would like to talk about in the future. Some you might hear about sooner than later. Some I kind of want to keep a surprise for a little bit. But we'll just leave it at that, you know. I don't want to run out of ideas anytime soon, and I don't think I will run out of ideas anytime soon. I hope. I don't think, and I don't hope. Or I hope, well, whatever. Anyway. Not a in the future, per se, but regarding the schedule of this show. You might notice, as of late, that the show's schedule has been quite inconsistent. It used to be roughly... You're fucked, yep. Anyway, you might notice, as of late, that the show's schedule has been pretty inconsistent. It used to be roughly every night at 11, sometimes 10:45, very rarely. But now it's like, oh, here it is at 11, here it is at 10:45, here it is at 11:10, and so on and so forth. Here it is at 9:30. Every night at 4. Shut. But funny joke, but shut. Anyway. But yeah, the schedule's been pretty inconsistent as of late. This is because I have a lot of TV shows that come on. Yes, I still watch TV every night, every morning at 7. Every morning at 7 p.m. Minor spelling mistake. That should be 7 a.m. instead of 7 p.m. But anyway, what I was trying to say. Yes, I still watch TV, but yeah. No, it was on purpose. Okay, I should have guessed. I'm stupid, okay? But yeah, I still watch TV. You know, broadcast TV. And I have a lot of shows that come on, and sometimes those shows cut into stream time. And it's going to be this case every night at 4 a.m. Yep. Anyway, so I just want to say for the remainder of the fall season, so now to basically now to like December 1st, you can expect the schedule to be less, basically to simplify it. For the remainder of the fall, so now to Christmas, and don't forget to watch Family Guy Sunday nights at Bang. Brian! Anyway. But yeah, for the remainder of the fall season, instead of every night at 11 p.m., basically the new schedule for now is just going to be when I'm ready. So basically, when I say I'm ready or I'm almost ready, there you go. And then around Christmas time, going into early next year, we should be back on schedule. Should be. I can't make any promises, but that's the current plan. So yeah, if you're wondering about inconsistent schedule, there you go. Wowie zowie, wowie zowie, yep. Yep. Okay. Alright, wowie zowie, yep. Alright, I think I'm about done here. But there is one last thing that I do want to address, if you don't mind. It's nothing bad, don't worry. And no, it's not going to be me bitching, don't worry. But I do want to address it, please and thank you. And then after that, I think we'll wrap up for tonight. Just waiting for the clearance before I do so. Okay, so as much as I have fun doing these live streams, both now and you have 30 seconds. You are not funny. You are not funny. Okay, well, granted, this is going to be a little over 30 seconds, but it's not going to be 10 minutes. But basically, as much as I like doing these live streams, in fact, as much as I love doing them, you might notice that I can get a little testy for a number of reasons. Whether it's at the audience or at what I'm talking about, so be it. Now, sometimes the testiness is a joke. Like, okay, yeah, I'll just say, I went to Walmart, I got The Boy and the Heron, but we're not here to discuss that. Say if I'm reviewing a bad movie, and I'm like, this movie fucking sucks, and I'm getting all angry and pissy. Usually that's like me trying to be jokey. But other times that testy... Could you stop? I'm being serious, so could you stop and just let me finish? Oh my god. Anyway. Where I was going with this, but like, if I'm talking like a bad movie and I'm like, this movie fucking sucks, and I'm getting all testy about it, usually it's either me trying to be funny, I'm sorry, I accept. Anyway, usually it's either me trying to be jokey about it or because the movie actually is terrible. But you seriously need to chill. I was addressing that. Yes, I do know I need to chill, but I'm addressing that I'm acknowledging that. You will get the point shortly, and it won't take long. Continue. Thank you. Anyway, now sometimes, I'm not trying to defend anything when I say that, but sometimes my testiness can be for good reason. Example, let's say I had a bad day leading up to the show. Then that's good enough reason. Legit, the only way you can improve is therapy. I'll take that into, well, not consideration as in, maybe, but I'll take that into account. That's a better way to word it. But anyway. But we all have bad days. Yep. And that's one. That's a factor. Sometimes I just have a bad day, and that can cause me to get a little testy. But sometimes, this show does admittedly, your mental health is important, and I was addressing that. Sometimes I will admit this show does get me to calm down. In fact, a lot of times it gets me to calm down. So yeah. But I do want to address, one, my mental health, two, the testiness, and three, well, we'll save three for last. One, I do know that my mental health is important. I won't act like it isn't. I would hate to act like it isn't. I do try to take my mental health into account. And yes, I do know therapy, but, my parents, when I say, for the record, when I say this, I'm not refusing therapy, but it's just, my parents already pay for enough as it is, so imagine having to pay for therapy too. Yeah, we already have to pay for this, sister, dogs, cat, wedding, the stuff yeah. So we don't really have therapy money. Not refusing, just take that into account. Two, if for any reason I do get testy on future streams, I just want to apologize in advance for that. Just in advance. Just want to go ahead and apologize. I will try to keep my chill. And the third and final thing that I want to say, it's okay. Okay, but the third and final thing I want to say in regards to that, now make porn. You're funny. That was actually a little funny. So me saying you're funny was only 20% sarcastic, rather than the usual 50% sarcastic. Anyway. Okay, the third thing I want to say in regards to that. I'm thinking about doing a future, maybe closer to the end of the year, like closer to New Year's. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking of doing a future episode that's basically a, not self-improvement, but, okay, trying to think of how to word it. Like, I'm thinking of doing a, hey, whatever that means. Anyway, I'm thinking about doing a future episode that's part year-in recap and part where it went wrong. Basically, a way for me to just channel it, to let it out, so that it can be out for future shows, and so we don't have to worry about it as much. Wonder After Dark, the scandal. Change that to My Scandal, and I think I might use that title. Exposed, Jesse tells him. Okay, I'll allow that just because that's funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess I should say. I also want to apologize for my pettiness earlier. Admittedly, while I did kind of overreact, it is somewhat justified. I can explain myself. I'm not saying the pettiness is justified. I know the wording there was kind of poor, but discusses being trans, the FBI, being pregnant with a train, and more. Yep. Anyway. But what I was trying to say. If you're wondering why perhaps I'm a little testy, basically, catching my breath here. Okay, basically, I'm a little testy for two reasons, and I can explain myself. So, Geo, my beloved, you have to say it as a question, I said to him a couple days ago now, Tessie Coles, I don't know who that is, said to him a couple days ago, I'm going to post a tweet thread, and I want you to carefully read the whole thing when I do, I'll leave it at that. I wasn't trying to sound like Tessie Colt. I don't know who that is, or what that is. Anyway, I wasn't trying to sound pushy when I say that. I was just like, you know, when you have the time, please look over it. Clearly he saw that, because underneath it says seen. Okay. I'm going to skip ahead a few days. Then I said, I have kind of a serious question. Now, the serious question, if you're wondering, is, you know, what's with your absences lately? Because he's been, like, disappearing a lot lately, and I just wanted to ask, like, you know, is everything okay? Are you okay? Is anything wrong? You know, anything I should be worried about? That's what I wanted to ask. It has been... You do sound like you're pushing your luck if you're asking him to say more. Admittedly, you are right. Admittedly. Granted, I'm not asking for anything, like, super personal, but I'm just wondering, like, you know, you've been disappearing a lot, and I'm just wondering, you know, is everything okay? And if you don't want to say, that's okay. That's what I'm trying to be, but it has been, I think, over a week with no update, so that's why I'm starting to get a little, like, oh, dude. I know, I'm kind of overreacting a little, but I hate to be rude, but you're lucky you have contact with him at all after it. Again, you're not wrong. My audience, my sole audience member, you're not wrong. You are sounding a little bit dog wearing pajamas-y, but you're also not wrong. I'm not going to call... So shut up and be happy Geo is here. There's the rude. Okay, you do have a point, admittedly, but I would not say shut up and... Again, you are right, but I wouldn't... Just so you know, shut up is a little rude there. You need a way. Okay, but to conclude, don't. I will not, that's why I was concluding. To conclude, Wonder After Dark will continue with the Home Video Chronicles. When? Maybe next week, I don't know. Future episodes will continue from then on. After which, I think I might cover another film franchise, but I don't know which for sure. Then, in the future, I will do an episode where I basically let out my frustrations, and then hopefully we can lay it to rest. Hopefully. And then maybe someday I'll be able to afford therapy. There, I'm done. Done. Will you elaborate further? No, because while I haven't quite said enough yet, I do want to add on a last little end tag, I guess, before we officially wrap up this episode. I know it's 11:24, but there's one last thing I do want to say, which has nothing to do with everything I just previously said. It's equal parts humorous and dumb. So, I love you. I love you too, even with the anger. Wasn't trying to sound rude there, just even with the anger. Although I will say, just like how I'm trying to work on myself, I think you should also work on the anger. Just, I love you with an asterisk. That's funny, but it doesn't help. Okay, but I love, well, that's still better than I think you should rot in hell. Okay, but here's a nice little end of the episode. I love you with a big red heart. Yeah. Okay, I think. Okay, that's cut. Oh my God. For the record, I know you're just trolling, and I think your trolling is funny, but good God, you're not helping. But I will allow your trolling. I would hate to blacklist it. Nah, I love you with a band. Jesus Christ. Okay. And now it's time to... Okay. Now it's time to... I love you with a... There's only so many times I can read the same variation of the same joke before I start to lose it. All I will say is I accept all of them. There we go. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to add this in at the end, and then I'll sign off for tonight. So, before we go, I just want to add, hang on. Okay. I accept you. Okay. Anyway, okay. Time for me to add at the end of this episode. Wonder After Dark is such a funny show. Because on the one hand, you know, I think to myself, this could work on television. And then I remember all the racism and sexism and I can't say isms about I can't say but little peoples and other jokes that we make. And then I remember some of the topics we talk about, and I said I would watch it on TV. You would. And I say to myself, oh yeah, this show would absolutely get canceled halfway through its first episode. But will I elaborate further? No, because I've said enough. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. Do I know what we're doing tomorrow? No, I do not. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. And please do not pull... Next time you will start the show with the N-word. Don't tempt me. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special and he loves you very much. Let's get it canceled just as it starts. Yep. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and have a day.